Minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
music in
3,
3,
2,
2,
1, 0.
What's up, what's up? It's Thursday, so you know what that means. What is up, my jesticles, my jestys besties? The jest stream there is right now. Thank you for being here. If you have not already smashed the like button, if you've not already shared the stream, I don't know what you're waiting for. I already put it in the chat. Just go look at the chat and just be like, share it with your grandma. Share it with your loving community. Share it with your brother. Share it with your brother's ex-wife. All of those things. All of them. Share. Smash. Share. Kanye Jest. Listen, Snaps. We haven't even started and you're already being out of pocket. And I don't know how to handle this sometimes. Listen, sir. Alright, well, anyways, we're here again on a Thursday. We're going up on a Thursday. We are about to have another long conversation with JayJay, with Shane, with Sari, and with Evan. All of these people are coming into the chat in order to say things about the prototype, the beta, the brand new Vortex glove set by Stone Orbits. And before you say anything, Dave, yes, I did get my replacement wires, so we have nothing to worry about. You don't have to laugh at me, but you can anyways. My name is Jest. Alright, now listen. Kanye Jest doing his Kanye best. I'm Kanye blessed at the moment. I'm still kind of wondering why you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, though. I'm really wondering why that's not the case. Smash like now. How did you know? I just know things, Dave. Listen. Alright, well here, listen. I've already got my guests with me. They're in my Discord. The Discord that you can join is Halls of You Got Moves, Halls of YGM. If you're interested in the link, DM me. I will link you to the Discord. But right now, I've got all 4 of my guests chilling, waiting for the chance for me to tell them to be unmuted. I'm going to start with Materia because he was the last to show up. You probably heard his voice over the intro clip, which is, a thing. So I had to mute him myself. So I'm going to bring him in. Actually, I'm going to bring him all in at the same time. We're just going to switch over and then unmute our boy Materia real quick. So welcome, everyone. Evan, Shane, JayJay, Sari, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate your time and particularly your efforts, Shane. You've been doing the Lord's work with this, so
much appreciated.
And before we get too crazy started here, too crazy distracted, there's a firmware update for me, isn't there?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, I want to do the firmware update. So we're going to start with a firmware update. So in order to get a firmware update, all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my thing off. I'm going to plug it into the computer here, and I got to hit this exposed button twice, right?
Exactly, the little one. That's the reset button.
And it did it. It just boom, it's green, and now I got stuff on my computer. Who's got the firmware for me? JayJay, I think, right?
It's in the Vortex mode swap.
In the Vortex.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go quick pee-pee because my body told me.
Listen, the most unprepared, chaotic person. We love it, man.
My body said pee-pee time. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. All right, so I'm gonna go find this Vortex mode swap real quick. Is there anything cool that you want to tell us about, Shane?
Ooh, well,
that's a loaded question. There's a lot of cool things you want to tell us about.
Yeah.
How about this? How long have you put into this project over the last week, would you say?
Oh, just this is last week. Well, in the last 2 days, we've had 10 hours of collaborative mode meetings with all of the early access pair owners, Vortex owners.
Jeez.
And we all came together, fucking grinded all day, and we came up with some really, really cool improvements.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So
mostly with the patterns.
basically what you're saying is you're almost completely optimized all of the color sets, all of the flash pattern timings, and almost to the point where you got all the terminology down too.
Yes, there's probably like 8 modes left that we need to touch out of the 34 now.
I was gonna say that seems like a lot, but out of 8 out of 30 is a pretty good. That's you're most of the way done. Okay.
Well, that's with the ones we already have, but then the next step would be to add a bunch more that
True.
Clubbers came up with, not just me.
True. Speaking of which, Jest mode coming to a Vortex near you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
things like that. I won't be able to do it for everybody, but absolutely for the people in the early access group, we'll get everyone's ideas down and see what we can implement, as well as a better sorting system for the patterns. Because now, when you got 40 patterns, you don't want to click 40 times. We have a fix.
Certainly don't want to click 40 times. Yeah, no, that implementing a fix where the color, where the flash pattern menu works like the color select menu is genuinely brilliant. So that's a good thing. I like that.
Right. It
just makes sense. It just absolutely makes sense because you know you already revolutionized the color selection palette. So why not just go that extra step and say, all right, well, make this other thing easy too.
Yep, it's I mean, they're not my ideas either. These ideas are from everybody, that's the coolest part. Some of them are,
Hey, you know what though? I'm still giving you credit for this one because you came up with the color selection innovation, and it was literally just someone else who said, yeah, but like just use
do
it.
that to the
Just
patterns.
do that to the patterns. That's all you got. And that right there gave you the idea to take
Sure.
that one extra step further, and that's brilliance right there.
To me, it's still a team effort. I don't mind doing some of the heavy lifting. It works out really good. Everyone gets a really cool thing at the end.
Certainly. All right, so I finally found this pattern. Now I just got to figure out where it is on my computer. It's in my downloads. All right, where's my downloads? Downloads. All right, I kind of want to show this off, except is there any porn on my downloads that I can't show my stream? No.
Yeehaw.
I think we're clear. All right, so right here is the file, and right here is the Trinket boot.
Trinket boot.
I'm gonna rename it Tinker Boot. I'm sorry, that's better.
Try and rename it, but it auto renames itself every time it goes
Okay,
into
never mind then. I guess it's permanently Trinket Boot, but it's Tinker Boot in my heart. Okay. All right, so we're gonna delete the current UFI, right?
You don't even have to. You can just drag a new one in, and it'll overwrite.
All right.
It doesn't even matter if the name is wrong.
You just don't even have to. It'll just overwrite. And then it's just overwrit, so that means all I have to do now is flash it to my, or do I do it with the second one too? I do it with the second one.
You can do the second one. You can do the second one as an update file.
Okay.
So when you exchange things between 2 different sets and different versions,
yeah, the firmware won't transfer. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes
get
sense.
Some of the data, but you won't get any of the update.
Alright, well let's go ahead and...
Although someone was talking about doing that, and I hadn't really thought of a good way to do it, but there might be. That'd be terrifying.
Where's my Tinker
Infrared
Boot?
update.
There it is. There's my Tinker Boot. Alright, there we go. And we're updated. It really is just that easy to update, and that's kind of just...
Ridiculously so. When we were sitting on the flashing pattern calls and just having every fucking update just
oh my god,
instantly
through
there.
it was insane. I will how many files do I have in this folder?
An ridiculous number.
We have at least 40 updates in the dev chat.
Just to rattle off some names here, am I okay to do that? Just for the public?
Yeah.
Because some of these are really good.
Some random ass names.
So we got.
I'm gonna put these on too.
Warp Fade Less Dimming, Full Warp Worm Slow, Warp Worm, Dopsis Worm, Meteor Low Frequency, Semi-Low Wipe, Vortex Wipe Dopsis, Meteor, Double Strobe Fast, Double Strobe Slow, Double Strobe Timing V2, Modelless Proto, Dot Zip, Cross Dops, Blend Pinky, Blend, in general, Tracer Sparkle Brackets, Dash Top Timing, Ultra Dops, Weird Crush Blinky, 35 millisecond, Strobe Dop, Strobe Dim is Dimmer, 25 millisecond Hyperstrobe, 5 millisecond Ani Strobe, that was an old one. That's just tip of the iceberg going on here.
Sir,
Yeah. His name.
that was
Wow.
one mode? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that was
I'm just kidding. But that's crazy. You were like a friggin' auctioneer rattling those off there. That was
there, man.
That was some
I was
quickness.
there.
That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot to get through. I just
When
want to
they
acknowledge
say-
the chat really quick because Snaps told me to put on the toe socks, and now I will only put on the toe socks next stream if you guys are good and hit share. All right, listen.
Yo, you got toe socks?
I have toe socks,
That-
and I do believe that these will fit in the toe socks. Listen, I'm not saying.
Gosh.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly.
okay? Just listen to me.
Listen.
I have a boyfriend.
We were too busy worrying about whether or not we could. We did not stop to think about whether we should.
Well, I have a poi artist friend who does 2 poi in the left hand, 2 poi in the right hand, and 2 poi on each foot simultaneously while sitting down. With
Although,
Yeah.
you know, if
Visionary.
we can hook it up with like a gymnastics gym and just do like a set of 4 on both hands and the feet and just do a full-on tumbling routine. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
It
I
would
have
be-
ideas.
It probably looks tiny, and because with such a big frame for the whole body moving so far, the lights would be. They'd be right, but
You're gonna need another
And-
set for the toes, my guy.
The chances of them getting stepped on are rather high.
yeah, there's some.
Oh, good
I don't know if
lord.
they can survive toe crunches.
Listen,
Maybe.
the degeneracy in chat. I'm gonna have to have us just veer back on course here for a second. All right. Anyways. When do the Vortex Poi come out? Listen, I think there already is Pixel Poi, so
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I would have said. That product category has so many options that are already quite similar. In fact, that product category inspired my lines.
so
of
yeah.
products.
The answer is go to flowtoys.com. We aren't gonna try to compete in that market. Thank you.
Vortex
Next.
would come out. Yes. The
Yeah.
answer is yes.
And there are already a set of poi called the Vortex Poi too, so the IP is already.
Ironic.
Yeah.
You stole it.
No, I didn't actually know about it.
He co-opted it. Listen, if the name does need to get changed, I'm still here for the Rewire glove set. I think that is such a catchy name.
Yeah. It's funny because ever since I named the product Vortex, now everywhere I go, I see like
Vortex this,
over 100
Vortex
products a year that are named Vortex.
Vortex construction. Vortex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I saw a Vortex mobile home like trailer. There's like things that anything that spins is a vortex. That's like
yep.
the end of story.
Yep. Yep. That's true. And the funny part is we're not really even spinning these. We're wiggling them.
Yes.
So.
And
Yeah.
the name that name is a cousin.
Oh, I forgot what I was doing.
The
Guys,
process of
I forgot what I was doing. I was trying to put these pips on, and then I got
Stay in
distracted.
the pocket.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
JayJay sent me these. JayJay sent me these caps that you guys
They're
3D
grip
printed.
casing. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're an experiment where we added a ledge beneath or at the very tip of the finger that like kind of hooks over your finger, and what it does is it keeps the tips centered a little farther forward, and the light can reach farther over your fingertips.
I like that. That was
Yeah.
as per my recommendation because I was worried about the lights getting hidden behind the hand.
They
Yeah.
look perfect.
Yeah,
It's like
JayJay
right on the tip of the
I'm about to
finger.
slide them on so that I don't have this shake, rattle, and roll going on here in my set.
with the E-Light 3.0 casing.
Yeah, they're 4.0s, but
4.0?
same difference.
Yeah.
The point is they were
Okay,
just
yeah.
not quite fitting in there. What would be really cool is to see.
Yep.
I don't know if it would even make sense, but like some kind of 3D cap that specifically makes it fit other cases.
Cases. Well, I don't know about that exact idea, but Kurt was one of the members of the mode meeting because he's one of the early access people, and he's been already making some crazy shit. He has a universal casing. I forget what it's called. Was it a coffin?
It's a sled that holds the Vortex chip, and it fits in any of his glow skins. And it causes it not to rattle or shake, and you don't get too much diffuse in it, and you don't get too little. It's pretty damn amazing.
It's very cool, and he's got other ideas he wants to work on. That was just the first thing he tried.
Alright, so I'm getting.
So there's definitely going to be a lot of space for innovation in alternative casing styles. And
there's just gonna be so much room for activities. I keep quoting the movie that I just do not like. Everybody hates me for this, but I don't like Step Brothers that much. I don't think it's that great of a movie. Too long. And then also I quote it constantly. So explain the hypocrisy, because I can't. The cognitive dissonance is real over here, all right?
The same way that I don't like Bridesmaids at all, and I quote it constantly.
Fair enough.
Bridesmaids is an anxiety factory.
It is an anxiety attack for me with really, really quirky little quips here and there.
Thank you. I'm glad people agree with me on these two very specific movies.
Wow.
And it's one of Brandy's favorites, and I feel bad, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Some hills you just have to die on. Okay, listen.
No, I'll die on the hill of sitcoms, but that's about it.
Oh, same. I can't watch anything.
I hate them.
Anything with a laugh track. I can't watch it. I just cannot sit down and watch it. Wow. It's like those reaction videos on TikTok. Like, if I see a reaction video on TikTok, I click immediately through to the original video, and if the original video is good, then I give them the attention. But reaction videos are just absolutely terrible. I hate them. I hate them so much.
I often get hit with them just as like promoted material. It's like, okay, next.
Exactly.
I'm gonna see this guy. He's building a brick house. Whoa.
Oh wow, what's that?
He built it this specific way so it would work better.
That's crazy.
Internet's a great place.
The internet remains both loved and hated in my mind and heart. It will never be defeated, and yet it needs to be shut down.
I just need to make light of the fact that I tweaked my camera to try to make it as true to the flashing pattern.
Yeah, how did you do that?
I literally just fiddled for about like 20 minutes and just played with every single setting.
Specs, man, specs.
I'm trying. With my specific, I have
I
a
think
Sony A6000.
Okay.
Fucking focus doesn't matter because it's kind of universal. Fucking. Jeez, apertures open. I don't know exactly what the fuck.
What's your ISO?
My ISO is what I think did it because I set it at 400.
Yep.
1/30 shutter speed.
Ooh.
And here I am. Hello.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, that's a tracer.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
Wee.
So you have to kind of like direct like light straight at you. What?
Mine's bad.
Yeah, like these modes are, as you see them, they're kind of like.
Yeah. Those look really accurate. Like I feel.
Yeah,
like
you're.
I have. on your screen, which I know I am, and that's trippy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna get better performance out of mine.
If you're rocking a regular old webcam, you might not have
Yeah.
that opportunity there. Might not have that
Oh, well.
option.
This is why I send the updates so you guys can show them off.
Hey, it works for me. Make sure you guys smash that like button and share the stream. I'm gonna get repetitive up in here. Also, I want to take this opportunity to say, hey, JayJay, didn't you do something very cool recently?
Yup.
Didn't you, like, you know, put on a shirt that like looks really cool today?
Oh,
Didn't
These
you
went
like?
live today?
Didn't you like release them as like merchandise for PM? Something
Yup.
I've been talking about doing for PM is really releasing merchandise since I got on. I've been like, hey, let's release merch, and everyone's like, why? And I was like, what do you mean why? What?
Here
Because
we
we're
are.
PM. What the fuck do you mean?
Straight up.
Low
So,
key on the
proud of you
super
for that
low
one.
key, the handmade embroidery listing is up for the Materia hoodies. If anyone
okay.
goes,
Nice.
if anyone knows how to find it, that's on you. But I haven't
So-
announced it yet.
Basically, what should happen here is both of y'all should drop those links in the linker, and then yeah. How do I ban this fucking bot?
If I can get 3 people to agree right now that they would get it, because I would feel bad not like dropping it on my own channel in case anybody actually like really wanted to get one. I'm only doing like 3 because they're handmade.
Oh, so what you're saying is you're not even gonna drop it. You're just teasing it. I gotcha.
I'm just letting people know that if they really want to go and like search back, and I've mentioned on stream where it was going to be posted. So if you want to do the research and find it. Or you can wait. I don't know.
Well, so anyways, back to the PM stuff.
Sorry.
JayJay, tell them where you can get either the T-shirt or the tapestry, because you can actually get that, Evan.
Yup. I just dropped the link in the chat. The shirt, we're calling it the Wook Reaper.
The Wook Reaper.
Yep.
So if you know any Wooks that need to be scythed, cut down to size, need to have their egos put in check one or 2 times.
Yep.
Do not at me, I swear to God.
And the tapestry is 5 by 8, so it's pretty huge. You'd rep it at a festival.
It is.
Everyone know.
It is
You're
big.
there gloving.
I have it hanging in my room as well, so can confirm it is big.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, so I got these things finally in their case, in their gloves. Now I'm getting them on my fingers. We're gonna see how they look.
yeah, it's got mostly pattern timing adjustments, and then you also have those new casings.
Yeah, the new casings are gonna be clutch, I think.
What
But yeah, I think.
What
yeah.
did you pick for the thumbs? What casing? I sent 2 of them. One is like the original, which was like a toast kind of shape, and it kind of feels
I don't know,
like a mini
I
cube
thought they
diffuser.
were all the same, so I didn't even look, dog. I just put them on. I didn't even
If you
notice there
notice
was different ones.
If you notice one's more square than the others, that's the weird one. Or I think most of them are. I don't remember which ones you got.
He got 8 of the version 2, which have like the little curve to more fit the finger, and then he got 2 of the ones with the small lip, and then 2 of the original toast with the big L.
Okay. You got basically one of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's these are experimental. The only people who've tested them are me and JayJay, and I'm not particularly. I don't have particularly developed tastes, so it's very interesting to
So
see what
I'm
you
about
think
to-
about having that extra
Yeah, I'm about
thing
to
that
find
keeps
out.
it in position.
I let my friend Deck, who has literally the biggest hands in gloving. Try them out, and he loved the casings. He felt like his description was that you have more control over the lights now. Like you have way more control because you have more contact on the finger than just a case right on top on your finger. Like it's on the tip of your finger, so when you do moves, it's always in the perfect placement. You never gotta worry about your pinky going out of place or anything like that anymore.
I could almost just say the only thing that I'm instantly coming to mind here is maybe try to cap the finger a little bit more. Like not just like have a longer thing, but like have a circular thing that like hooks in that you can literally grip through.
I would just need to have someone come and or a couple people come and then try a few variations and let me know.
Yeah.
Or I could print a few variations to try and send them out. That would just be slower. Yeah. But that's totally a good idea. And what's really cool is, just like you might imagine, curving the plate forward will actually carry the light around your finger entirely.
Right.
Not extremely, but to some degree. Oh yeah, with the prototype, JayJay with the prototype.
All right, I'm gonna
palm
get rid of
light.
this light right here.
I think those are really fun, the palm lights, because there's so many different things we can do with them, like a square, a dot, a ring with a dot, several rings, big square. I guess that's not
right. That's pretty good.
Straight line. Or like a vertical. I don't know why you'd want a vertical.
So that's the new theater blink you're using right now too.
This is the new theater blink?
Yeah. And it's pretty much the exact same effect, except it's got strobe now. Like it's got the original strobe pattern on it.
That was one of the patterns that I needed to adjust a little further because we had an issue with one light being on and the other light being on at the opposite time, so there was never a gap. And I fixed it. So now I actually have another update I can send you all that has that fix and one other one. But
nice.
That's for theater chase mode specifically. That was one of two modes that needed additional attention that I would have taken
flickering
too long
again,
to
which
do.
means my f-stop is wrong. Hang on.
So I'm actually running into a thing that I can replicate. Bug.
Oh. Sure.
I'm gonna try to do it right now, but there's one mode specifically. Color combo. That one right there.
Oh, it had like a delay before.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Played correctly, right before the green mode.
I'll go like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think that would. It's weird how it only happened on one hand though. That time it didn't happen, right?
A little bit. It happened a tiny little bit.
But on both hands?
Try again.
What I would guess that is during the mode coming on rather than the mode going off.
All right, we're back.
There's no clear. So basically, it has to go one full revolution before it's cleared all the pixels, and that can be potentially changed by moving the clear command. Or even I can put a universal clear on the button press. It's probably a great idea. I don't know why I don't already have that. Yeah, I got
it to happen pretty drastically on that one.
So it's a delay with the mode lingering on the previous mode for certain.
This is Tracer right behind it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure exactly which Tracer, but let's see if I can.
Yeah, that looks like regular
for like
Tracer.
3 seconds, and then I'll switch to the next green one.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. It's this one. That's
this one into the next. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, which is sparkly notes.
Kind of twinkly one. Yeah, that one's cool.
So
that was definitely one of the ones we worked on.
Yeah, one of the Comet ones. And
is it still doing something wrong?
oh, did you know? Okay, so when my hands are flat, I haven't clicked it. So as soon as you see that,
I saw you click, but I don't know if there's a delay or if I'm just missing it, or like a missing frame that is causing me to find it. I see the mode. It looks like it's working, and then when you click the button, I see the next mode that looks
3,
correct.
2, 1, switch. Oh shit! Didn't happen. God damn it! Ah, this is the worst.
It seems to be happening on the transition from one mode to another, and based on how each mode is written, they're basically like during a mode at some point you have to clear all the slate, like clear all the light. And that's happening at an odd time. That means when you switch from that mode before it's cleared all the lights to a next mode that clears all the lights kind of later into the pattern, you might have lingering pixels if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that, but either way, all I have to do is go into the code, and on the code or in the area where the code says change to the next mode, just immediately clear all the lights. So you're always starting from blank.
Gotcha.
Which that should have already been in there. It's a really smart thing to do.
JayJay,
Right.
did I get your modes, or did I get some random? Did I get?
Yeah, okay, so during
You probably
testing-
got the ones from the Vortex, but I'd like you to turn them off and go to the first mode, and then check out the new mode, which is amazing. I forgot what it's called, but it's like it basically looks like it's vomiting rainbows at you.
This one?
No, so hit the mode, change the mode on it, and I think it's like let me see which one it is. So that's the new mode menu.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's
Bro,
pretty.
I would literally just use this as a color set. What?
Well, that's what we did.
That was fun.
Originally it was all bright, like full power solids,
Yeah.
and I had Shane change it to this new pattern we got for specifically or unique to the Vortex, which is a blend between DOPS and strobe. It's like right in the middle. Materia actually has to take credit for this. It's pretty much unique to the Vortex in the sense that it's the timing right in between DOPS and strobe, and it's a really nice pattern.
Oh my god, it's
We're
gorgeous.
calling it Dopish.
Dopish.
Yeah.
Bro, this is I'm literally just gonna go to my mode. This is my new mode. How do I get this as a mode?
This
That-
Dopsish was turning into every default.
Yeah, well, kind of heritage for Dopish.
It's
And then
perfect.
it became the joke that it is.
It shows up great on camera too.
What's cool is you can click the pattern, the mode select, and change any of the hyperstrobe, which would be like selecting the mode page, into the flashing one and still continue gloving, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so like if you got 5 fingers, you can click to move the indicator to a different finger, and right now you've got it on your thumbs, but if you click, it'll move to the index and then the ring and then and you can leave it just
Oh,
indicating
interesting.
that, and that's a hyperstrobe, the indicator.
Interesting.
That's pretty
I
neat.
also just like to fucking point out how lovely this goddamn button is, because changing modes in between fucking moves is seamless as all.
It's so cool when you can make mode changing part of the show. I mean, it's cool that people could do it before with like tons of skills, Harry. but
Is
but it's really
Conjuring?
cool when you can do it when you lower the effort. It's not just lowering the bar to entry; it's increasing the range of application, because you can do it during other tricks, for instance, which is really cool. I don't know. I think that kind of stuff's awesome.
All right, so Michelle asks, is conjuring or mode changes possible for just palms separate from the glovers? Separate from
In
the...
the software, yes, but
It-
so
it's
basically, yeah. What we were thinking of for conjuring is we could have a specific pattern that sends different groups of colors from your color set to different fingers. So, for instance, you could have like 2 colors per finger. Well, not really, because there's only 8. You could have like 1 color per finger and a few extras for something else. But in this way, you can potentially put blanks in specific slots to turn fingers on and off, and then you can make a string of modes that would accommodate a conjurer for a very specific performance, not improvisation like picking different fingers randomly. You have to have the same sequence of fingers every time. It'd be the same sequence of your modes. But with that mode like that, you could potentially have some conjuring, just without drastic changes.
We figured this out the other day. We were watching a Munch light show, and in his specific light show, he had about 9 sequences the way we figured this out is there's 14 slots on the glove set. You can have your first 4 slots be your traditional glove sets, and then the last 10 slots be a set sequence of your own personal, unique conjuring show with your own sequences, and it just be at the snap of your button. You're doing the conjure to the light you want, to specific lights, even palms.
Yep.
This is pretty damn amazing. Once someone crafts a nice light show with the Vortex, a conjuring light show, I guarantee you it's gonna be one of the most amazing things.
It'll be sick.
So the answer is it's going to be more work, but yes, you can do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much always the answer. Let's see. I'm looking for that button thing I was gonna add. Oh, here we go. Mode plus plus. So we also have to.
But yeah, now you can check out the new mode, Jest, which is you pretty much just go into any of the pages because they're all the same right now. And I don't know how many clicks in it is, but I'll check with you. It pretty much looks like a rainbow puke.
Not the third mode.
It's definitely not the third mode. You'll know it when you see it.
Interesting. He's got the color set already?
Yeah, he's got the color set already. It's that first color set. It just looks like rainbow vomit. It's no strobe, it's just a long blend. Ooh, it's probably that. Yup, I think that's the one right there.
Who's taken off with their car battery or their helicopter? Someone's got something.
Wow.
Got all sorts of ambient noise over there.
Oops.
Is this the one?
Let me find the
Yeah, I'm
group.
pretty sure. I think that's the one right there.
So
This
in
is
the
pretty-
adjustable chat, I am putting the bug update that we just discussed. If anyone wants to try that, actually, Materia, you were having the issue. Could you test that for me?
Absolutely, Michael.
Thank you.
Where are you putting it?
I
It's
put it
in
in
Jestable
the
chat,
Jestable chat.
the text chat above us.
Michael.
I
my
hope
camera
that's not.
quality, and then I broke everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like how these caps fit the fingers. I will give you that. It just kind of like feels like it's right on your nails, which is kind of
Oh
cool.
yeah, that might not be comfortable.
Well, it's interesting because it's like
You feel a spot
you're
don't
able
really
to like grip it with your nails.
Oh,
But it's
interesting.
also quite not quite long enough to be able to like stay right perfectly on the nails where I want it to, which is where I think the capping, just like literally making like a very shallow thimble cover right over your fingers.
Yeah. Oh, for like a whole 360 one, like
Yes.
a cone.
Yeah.
Oh. I would be worried about accommodating many sizes of fingertip. Would be my primary, but there might be a way to do a really shallow one.
Really
that
shallow
accommodates
one. Yeah.
all fingers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would probably be fine. Yeah, because you want to make them universal if possible. Makes them much easier to produce and.
Of course, but like a pretty large size. Like imagine like a sphere, but like just like one side of a sphere. Just like one.
Or even just like a quarter of the side of a sphere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or a quarter thickness instead of half. Whatever. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
I
I think you get it.
Yeah,
I think that's
that would also change the shape of the light. So if you find them later or figure out which ones are which, there are some that are particularly square, and those are actually longer, and they could also be incorporated as a hook, and it creates a square shape when you point your finger straight. But that would be more of a round shape with the design we're just discussing with the thimble.
Right.
Which is cool. I don't know which one's better.
I like this mode so much. Oh my god. Holy crap! This is okay. We're choosing this one.
Good. I'm glad you're finding, like, we worked really hard to make them better, and hopefully that was one of the ones we improved. But regardless, I hope you find them all to be more tasteful.
I'm already impressed. So, good
Cool.
job, GG.
Yeah, good job, everybody. That was there's a lot of work, but one more mode meeting and we should be pretty much done. I don't know if you want to do them on the stream, but we could.
Well,
We could do one, maybe.
why don't we ask some questions to the stream and see what they say. What else do we need to do? First of all, what would it entail?
So just like I sent a mode over to Materia right now, or not a mode, a firmware update, I would make a small adjustment to a specific pattern, send it all, and I'll set it as one of the defaults so you can take a good look at it. I've been doing RGB on mode slot 1 with whatever mode we're testing. So basically you turn it on, everyone's looking at the same thing, no one has to program anything. But yeah, so I'll send the update, y'all look at it, I'll tell you about some of the variables in that pattern, like maybe we can adjust these gaps here, or we can adjust the speed at which it pulses across the fingers.
I'm sold. Let's do one mode at least. Let's do one.
Definitely. Okay, so it takes longer to write a new mode, or I would suggest we did yours, the mode you've been asking about. But let's work on one we already have.
Let's put a pin in that for next time, because that's a good idea. That is good stream content that we can put for the next time.
That would be fun to build it together, and on stream. I like that. Let's see. So, what's a really good mode for this? I guess this one. Well, let's work on a mode called Pulse. It's pretty straightforward, and it's a really cool demo of a sequence pattern, which is one of the terms we came up with that I've been using a lot recently, which indicates a pattern that travels across several pixels rather than just happening on and off on the same pixel.
Sure, that makes sense. A pattern that uses the sequence of lights rather than just color order.
So, I think it's a good. So there's a lot of new terms like that I think are really important and help for communication, especially as developers, for anyone who's interested. But so I've got a small glossary, and we're working on like hammering it out really clearly. It's pretty consistent, most people's understanding, or they like it, I guess.
I like that. Let me know with the glossary, because I'll add that to the official book.
Wow, that would, of course, why not? That's a great place for that information.
Yep, definitely. We got a question here. Do you have a price point yet?
So we're pretty close to release. I'm hoping in a couple weeks. The price point, after doing all the math and like hammering out, the wires were a little more expensive than I anticipated, but not bad, like just a couple pennies, more or less. But it's like times 10, times a billion. So basically, the final price is going to be $265. But that's before tax and shipping. So
$265. That's pretty reasonable considering the price point of most of the. Let's compare it to Spectres when they came out, versus a brand new Flow Toy, a Pixel Toy, or a Hoop or whatever. Like it's
even the Atoms.
Yeah, like realistically, it still falls in that price point of this is for people who are genuine aficionados of the art form. People who have a little bit of money to spend on their art form, and if you don't have money to spend on your art form, go buy Easy Lights. They are just fine. Bright color. You only need is bright and color. If that's all you want, then spend $30 and get bright and color. You're fine. All right, it's cool.
Yeah.
I think they're for everybody. After 100 uses, they pretty much pay for themselves, because that's about the same amount you would spend on batteries.
Oh, I hear you, but there's people out there who are gonna buy a set of Easy Lights and then not ever change their batteries once and use it, maybe 6 or 7 times and then forget they have it.
I would say this is an enthusiast product.
I would absolutely say this is for the enthusiasts. This is for glovers, not just ravers.
There's a few features that might help justify the price in some people's minds. One thing, yeah, the batteries. You're gonna save a ton not having to buy new batteries.
Let me just pause you right there. There's not just some features that justify the price. Literally, there is a laundry list of features that justify the price. Like everything about these things, every aspect of the quality of life increases that you've made justify the price. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that there's people out there who are gonna still cock their head and be like, "Well, that's a lot of money."
Then don't buy it.
Then don't buy it.
It's a really cool feature for people who are trying to be smart with their money. If you were to break part of this glove set, which that's pretty much every glove set has a breaking point. They're not common. Some of them can preserve or last for a long time. Some of them break sooner. But most glove sets, you'll find you lose a chip after a while, right? So in this glove set, that's going to be the cheapest repair possible. This is a glove set that once you have it, it costs very little to maintain. Much cheaper than what you would expect for replacing entire chips regularly.
If I can remember correctly, I still don't have a Spectra hub in working condition, and I've owned several. So this is a literal godsend.
I absolutely love the ingenuity here, and I'm very, very excited to see where all of the different modifications and upgrades go, because there's so much. There's just I'm gonna do it again. There's so much room for activities.
I think another thing that has to be mentioned is that you pretty much get a pretty solid warranty. Shane's had the Vortex product in the Orbit community for a very long time, and there has not been anyone that has had a permanent problem or a problem where, oh, I can't get a new hub, or I can't fix the software, or I can't
even
the
even
fatal
the
problem.
small things.
Yeah, a fatal problem. Like, Shane's willing to work with everybody and help you with your own individual problem.
I always
He's a real human.
Going to even like the big degree and even the small degree, like you guys just saw it in real time that I had a small bug, like visually, and it was just fixed in a matter of seconds.
Just immediately.
Like, guys.
He'll hop on a call with you and fix your problem, like genuinely.
Like wait, hold on.
Well, I want to argue
It's
the
fucking
quality
fixed.
of the NeoPixels themselves too. Like, we've never had like true NeoPixels.
I'm putting
in a
in my
set like
butt
this
and I was
before.
gloving without him.
And JayJay, I don't know if you would agree with this argument, but I would say that the color clarity is about halfway between the programmables that we have now and bulbs.
The color clarity is
Ooh.
pretty bomb.
Let
Like
me
halfway.
let me showcase this sky blue low red set real quick.
I
yeah.
do have to say, even before any of these updates or color modifications, the color quality has been some of the most gorgeous colors I've seen in a glove set. And there always is that argument between bulbs and programmables, but this is going to, as Sari said, bridge that gap.
This is damn close.
Definitely.
that's so cool.
So we're an
very
hour
nice
into
to
we're an
see.
hour into stream right now, almost an hour into stream right now. I just want to take everybody's attention to the water bottle that's probably sitting next to them. And if there isn't a water bottle that's sitting next to you, there should be. Go fill yourself up, you wet noodle.
Excellent.
Shit.
23. Correct.
Now,
I will say that.
Let's see what else the stream has to say. Sign me up for the pre-order. Excellent. What about palm upgrades? Palm upgrades are just going to be another chip, essentially, that you add into the port. I'd say maybe another opportunity for another port would be a good idea for the final product. That's just a suggestion, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of ports on the damn thing already. So I wanted to avoid as much confusion as possible. I would have put 10 more on there, for crazy people.
I feel you. I think 7 light ports and 1 button port is probably the optimal number.
Well, that's the thing.
You could
With the
also
way-
bridge them.
Yeah, so you can basically add an extension port to the current extension port once you have a device plugged in.
Bruh, you're telling me you're adding a dongle on there?
Yes. It can have a further expansion port. You can have an expansion with room for another expansion attached, and so no port is necessary unless needed.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, that's an option then. Make sure you guys smash that like button. I see a couple of you guys flickering in and out of here. So make sure you smash the like button, share the stream. We've got another hour of talking about stuff. We're actually going to go through one of these modes. We were talking about pulse mode, weren't we? How do we get to pulse mode?
I have it right now. I just got it. I'm going to call it Pulse and send it to you guys in the chat.
Okay, so we're about to get another firmware update. So I should take these off and update my firmware again.
Well, I mean, if you can reach your hand and use your offhand to do it, you don't necessarily need to take them off. But yeah, you might want to.
I'm just gonna take them off.
CCCs.
We're gonna just do
Let's
this.
see if I could do that for you.
So the mode I just sent over is called Pulse. It will be assigned to the first mode slot when you turn on the glove chip, and it will have programmed in it an RGB color set at full all high tints.
Nice.
Okay. And where is it? Let me look at the actual code.
I even have to take off my gloves to do this.
Hey, that's good. Yeah, with a long enough USB cable, it would definitely be possible to like real time update, click, and then check. Wiggle your fingers and decide how you feel. I think that's one of my favorite parts of the development process.
It really is just easy as drag and drop.
And yeah, I didn't invent that feature, but I'm very thankful for it. Ever since I learned how to use it, it's part of if you're familiar, a company called Adafruit. They came up with that shit. I don't even know if they came up with it, but they enabled it and they set it up on the product I'm using. So very, very, very good job all around.
Incredible. All right, so Pulse download.
Yep.
The very first one you said?
Very first one.
Is it?
It is. So the idea behind this mode is here's a terminology.
Did not want to do that.
It's a warp style mode, and a warp is any pattern that has a sequence that goes from one finger to the thumb to the pinky, and then jumps back to the thumb. If you were to group your fingers in a cluster, it would be traveling around in a circle. But it's a sequence with a jump from pinky to thumb at the end. So Pulse is a warp with a background pattern. So the warping light is a tracer on one strobe pattern, which is, I think, currently hyperstrobe, and the background lights are dops of the rest of your color set.
That makes sense.
There's a few variables we can work on here. We can change the timing so that it's something other than hyperstrobe moving across as the warp, or something other than dops as the background. And then we can also change the speed at which the warp is moving.
So I am actually a fan of this.
Okay, yeah, right now.
I am
Me
too.
personally, but it may need something.
All right, I'm just about to get in here.
This is one of the modes where yesterday, based on all the suggestions I was getting during the last two meetings, I kind of implemented a lot of those same suggestions onto this pattern to see, and that was kind of my guess to see if you guys like it. And so if you guys do like it, it's because your ideas made it there before you did. Or it might be in part because...
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
bad.
Here you go, Dustin. There's the CCC, and this is the 3-color CCC. I finally figured it out because now it's Doppish, and the Doppish has one of the nicest strobe dops you've ever seen because it's a NeoPixel and it has current voltage the whole time. Like it's powered. There's no dimming. So it's actually nice. It's a nicer CCC than you would get in the bulb.
That's what's really cool is the reason that happens is because the way NeoPixels work is they are fully powered at all times. Even when they're displaying nothing, they have a full charge of power running through them. it's a separate line called data that controls what they display. So it also means that when they're blank, there's this very, very small amount of power consumption. But it prevents any dimming, really instantaneous response time. I mean, there are faster ones, but this is pretty close.
Gnarly. All right, so what are we looking at for changes here?
We can call it good, and we can try another pattern because this was one that might have just been good.
Do we?
But the options were to change the strobe on the pulse, or on the warp, change the strobe on the background, or to change the speed of the warp.
Okay.
And so far, people are like, I feel like people are like, so far so good.
Should it be faster or slower at all? Anybody else?
The warping.
Yeah. Just in
Do
terms
we
of how fast
have
it travels
do
down.
we have a mode like this that does any of the things that like goes
feel like
faster or
we
slower?
do,
Mo-
don't we?
That do variations of this.
I'll be right back.
Battery. Yeah, let's see. On the list of modes that have a traveling warp style to them, there's a mode called warp, which is a highlight moving from the thumb to the pinky, and I think it changes the colors. It uses the current color as the warp, and then the next color is the background, and then when it reaches the pinky and warps back, it also increments the color, so you now have the next color warping, and then the following color is the background.
I dare you to finger roll with the warped color.
Oh, finger rolling. That seems like it's almost a good speed if it
Yeah,
if
it
it's
hurts.
easy to figure.
It hurts.
Oh, that's funny. Faster or
I'm
slower?
like, what's so bright in my room? My monitor.
It's okay if it's fine.
I'm not sure what to say. I think it looks good. I would say it might be interesting to do some
Maybe
other
not
kind of
hyperstrobe?
pattern. Yeah, maybe some other kind of
Sure.
pattern for the warp. I don't know how.
Let's see. Yeah, maybe not hyperstrobe. But do we have another one that does a strobe pattern in a similar warp fashion?
Oh yeah, we might, because there are. Looking at the mode list, there are 5 different warp patterns currently.
We got warp warm.
Yeah, we rename that group warp, or we can rename it back to warp worm.
I like warp worm.
Okay,
warp.
that's the original
The
name.
worm hits.
Warp.
Worm
And then we got snowball warp, which is a warp that you can kind of adjust the warp speed by increasing the number of colors.
Okay.
Then another mode called Lighthouse, which I think takes a group of lights warping across the rest instead of a single light.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if we did on the warping color? What if it was 2 colors split between the top and the tip, warping across?
Oh.
Oh, I see. So it would be like a red up and a green forward, but it's still doing hyperstrobe and it's still warping across. It just includes.
Again, maybe not necessarily hyperstrobe, because fuck hyperstrobe. I mean, what? But like,
We could get it in Doppish.
the only thing is
I
you
was
have
even
it has
thinking-
to. The problem is
Fuck
it has to be
hyperstrobe.
it has to be something that's a little bit longer so that it does differentiate and stand out, right?
I was
use
thinking
strobe.
just adding a small gap so you have like a very quick dop instead of just a straight line.
Yeah,
mean?
I like that. So instead, so
No.
it's like a dash dop instead of a.
Oh, but the
Yeah,
dot-
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would be really cool. I like that.
So make it just like a quick strobe flicker, but a line of a bundle of flashes. I like
Wait.
that.
Well, like a group of pixels going instead of just a single pixel, or are we just talking about shortening the strobe length of the warp?
So the warped, imagine the red, but instead of it being a line, imagine it at the same distance, but it's a stutter.
What is distance?
My
So instead
Camera
of
decided to turn off again.
the red right now that's showing, that's kind of
Mhm.
that That's hyperstrobe. And
Yeah, that's
what shows up in red. Instead of the red being hyperstrobe, what if we make it a very fast strobe?
A very fast, like strobe or faster, like DOP.
Like hyper dops, like your version of dops, like
Oh,
shadow
the
mode,
DOP or whatever. Oh, shadow, the really high frequency DOP.
high frequency dops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how.
Yeah. Let me change that. Okay, so we got
It was hyper dops, is what we called it, wasn't it?
probably.
Yeah. If you,
Yeah. No, I think it's where is it?
Yeah, if
It's
you
the
ever
ultra-
have
it's
anything
ultra
that's
dop.
hyperstrobe, if you have ultra dops, if you ever
Ultra dop.
have anything that's hyperstrobe, just put that same distance of ultra dops. Period. Better set.
Hyperstrobe with ultra dop. Oh, just replace all hyperstrobes with ultra dops.
Like if you have
Find
if you have
all and then change
if, like
it.
think about it this way: the length of time that hyperstrobe is, you could put that amount of hyperdops in there and then a bigger gap,
Yeah.
and it would look so much better.
There is that's basically I think that's exactly what would happen. Because the pulse moving speed is independent of the flash length. So it's actually hyperstrobing several times. But what it's going to do is for that same duration it's going to DOP several times, like many times.
Right.
Okay, so I have the new pulse blink rate, and that's on 2. Here we go. Okay. Gonna add duration here. Duration. I think the duration of DOPS is 2 milliseconds on and 13 off. But we want hyper DOPS, so like more like 2 on and like 5 off. No, that's not quite close enough. Is it? Wait, maybe. I forget. Actual DOPS is 2 and 13. 2 on, 13 off.
Let's go. How do you find the
ultra DOPS?
how do you find the stats of ultra dops, because that's the one we're looking at.
Ultra DOPS. They should have it. Duration equals. I'll just put 13 for now. But let me find ultra DOPS. It is mode 14. Ultra DOPS is 1 millisecond on, 3 milliseconds off.
Right.
That is ultra DOPS.
That's
Damn.
that's the fucking Higgs boson particle. That's the God particle right there. Ultra dops.
Yeah, that one's it's fast. Let's see. Yeah, it might make it dimmer, but with this much on time, it probably shouldn't make it that much different. By 1 and 3.
Whatever this fucking flashing pattern is sick.
That's fill. And that's one of the modes that was left on the list for us to adjust. And all that we need to do on talk about on that one is the blink rate timing and the fill speed.
Okay, but let's stay focused here, Materia.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Sorry. I'll go back.
Mr. ADHD.
Right now I'm uploading
Sorry.
the revision for what do we call this? Pulse. I'm updating the revision for the ultra hyper DOPS pulse thing. Ultra DOPS pulse.
Ultra pulse.
Ultra pulse. That's what the name of the file is now going to be. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's very ultra. We might want to make another revision on this, but you guys tell me if this is what we want. It's
Ultra.
Very ultra.
Go beyond plus ultra.
Yes. I was just watching that yesterday.
Great show. Go beyond. Smash that like button plus ultra.
Yes. Okay, here is Ultra Pulse. Let me send it to you guys in the chat.
I'm such a huge fan of ultra dops, just in general.
Well, yeah, if you like the speed of Ultra Dops,
Nice.
it is exactly Ultra Dops. But an Ultra Dops that's moving over a regular Dops.
It's about to be my favorite set.
Ultra.
Go beyond
Ultra.
plus ultra.
Ultra Pulse. That's great. Dopish, it needs to be in the glossary. The glossary of terms is primarily for like conceptual things rather than specific patterns. There are a lot of names for all the patterns too, but they're more like goofy and fun. And sometimes because originally they had some like descriptive names, like every pattern that had a component was named after those components.
Needs
So
a
it has-
little more space. Oh, so I'm sorry. I totally interrupted.
Oh, you want more space in the pattern in the adjustment?
Wait,
I'm a
I
fucking
want to see
peepee
it.
head, dude.
I
I'm
wanna see
sorry.
it. I want to see it. I wanna see it.
Yeah, I want everyone's opinion, and then we come to a consensus.
I think.
I fucking love Dopish.
Yeah, I gotta find out what
Thank
the
you,
exact
Materia.
I didn't actually make that mode, and I didn't write down what the timing was, but I know we incorporated it into many other modes, or several other modes. I'm sure zigzag mode was on Dopish. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not gonna lie to you, my guy. I think this is the winner.
Yep.
But
Materia's just happy.
Evan thinks that there needs to be more space. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced there needs to be more space.
Okay.
I just don't think you're gonna be moving that fast to see what the trail looks like. Because I'm moving really fucking fast.
That's true. You don't see the split
You
in
of
red.
all people. You of all people.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Okay, I don't move as fast.
That's just a lie. First of all, you already were fucking way quicker than anyone. So you're slow. Calm down there, Jay Garrick.
Okay, I found
Let's see.
Dopish, and throughout in zigzag when we use the mode, which I'm pretty sure was Dopish, it's 3 milliseconds on, 5 milliseconds off, instead of the traditional DOPS 3 milliseconds on, 12 milliseconds off. So it's almost double as many DOPS, but not quite like ultra DOPS, which is one.
Sorry,
Double the
Josh.
dubs.
I like the first one more.
You like the
Oh,
I
the
want
previous-
blue space.
The hyper.
you like the hyper better?
I have
Yes.
both on
Okay,
each
you're
hand here.
you're
Hold on,
weird,
hold on.
but I
like
respect it.
Hyperstroke,
I have
Josh.
both on each
Okay,
hand.
why? First of all, why? But second of all, listen. You're entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong.
Just say you don't like to go slow and just say that.
I don't like to go slow,
There you go.
but also I like it when I go fast that my trail patterns actually look cool. Like there are modes. There are modes. Listen, there are modes that do what Hyperstrobe do, but better. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think hyperstrobe are really cool in like kind of the context of like how impacts do really slow strobe. I know it's not a hyperstrobe, but
Yeah.
impacts really I think are the most extreme version of what a
This
hyperstrobe
is-
wants to do.
This is one of those hills
Did you
I'll die on,
also
but
wait? Hold on. Do you also change the mode to be the mode itself
Yeah.
changed as well? I think.
It was the background was originally DOPS and it remained DOPS, but the trace moving over it or the warp moving over it is
no, it.
from hyperstrobe
Yeah, I
to
can.
ultra DOPS.
I can tell that they're different.
Yeah, it's a little faster on the background strobe as well.
Is it? Maybe
Yeah, you can
this-
see it on mine.
Yeah, it's tighter
Oh.
all the way around.
I thought so too, but I thought I was just mistaken. Okay, I will look and see what I did wrong.
So I guess I wouldn't be opposed to putting a little bit more space, but making it not necessarily ultra dops, but like dop-ish, dop background and then dop-ish. Wait, no, dop-ish background and then dop warp.
Oh, I know what I
Gosh,
did
the
wrong.
dot is
I
bad.
completely
Josh.
fucked it up entirely. So, yeah, everything got accelerated because of the way I did it. Oops.
I still need to download this. Shame.
Wait, let me fix that. Sorry.
I'll download the next one.
Yeah. And that happened.
I've been having too much fun with all the modes we already did.
That was
looked
a
at-
yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun with
Yep.
the flowers mode.
Oh yeah, I really want to. I think we need to adjust the timings on that to match or like to be consistent with what we did with the rest of the things. But it's pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, we just need strobe, like the hyper strobe here, and then regular strobe on the fingers. Instead
Yeah,
of,
Loki, I kind of need a moderator for stuff like this. This is kind of dumb, but we got some naked people on the stream here, so that's fun. Naked people in the chat. That's what's up. Gang, gang, porn
Put some
bots, gang,
gloves
gang.
on.
give it to
Jeez,
snaps.
Right.
put some gloves on.
Yeah, Snaps, you want to be a
Do you have
moderator?
any decency?
You'd be doing the Lord's work.
Alright, so I just uploaded the pulse fix, which now correctly only accelerated the warp and not the rest of the set.
All right, so let's take a look at that.
Because I
The rest
mean,
of the set is now properly docked again.
not saying that I
think
don't like. I'm gonna keep this file for myself.
Me too.
This
Why
one,
not?
this one's going in the bag.
Yeah, unfortunately, the one thing I haven't discovered how to do with files is to take those saved files, revert them back into code.
Only
Yeah.
meme, damn. That's
So any further updates from here are not going to be active when I update it. That
Yes.
file. Okay.
So you'll have to sometimes pick and choose between versions with different qualities. But ideally, the main version will always be improved or expanded rather than.
okay, here we go. I'm gonna see if I
yeah.
with my gloves on.
Yeah, I'm literally
yeah,
just
try it with
plugging.
the gloves?
I'm literally just plugging this in with my gloves on.
It's cool. It's a unique thing. You could never do this with updating. You could never do this with bug fixing or tweaking the patterns before. Anyways, you always had to be at the whatever office.
Right.
At headquarters.
Yeah.
And here we are.
The future is now.
This is headquarters.
We
Yep.
are the headquarters.
Wherever a USB near you works.
Get in, nerd. We're fixing bugs.
Dang,
Yeah.
I forgot that's a
Let
transfer.
me know if that one's the right pattern. I'm gonna refill my water.
You guys in this out there in streamer land, internet land, should take this opportunity to fill your water too. You're a walking sack of water. You need to refill yourself on a regular basis, otherwise you will be a dry noodle, and nobody likes a dry noodle. All right, now listen here. I also wanted to mention again, JayJay dropped a super sick line for the PM merchandise. It's low-key hot as fuck. You guys should go check it out. He dropped a link above. You could totally drop that link again if you wanted to. So definitely
good.
grab some PM merch and support the gang.
Yep.
You also can go over to, let me just pop this light on really quick, Starborn Universe, and get this super cool hoodie using code JEST for 10% off. That's shopstarborn.com. Of course, obviously, Jest 3M works at Amazing Lights. So does like Starborn. So does Starlight the Sky. And Evan, does your code still work?
Oh yeah.
Technically, still works. So that's a thing. But finally, the one last thing that I want to mention about before I get done shilling all of our stuff is if you buy You Got Moves brand whites during the stream, I'll be able to tell it was during the stream, and I'm going to send you extra stuff. I'm not just going to send you the 5 pairs of whites that you bought. I'm going to send you extra stuff. So go to yougotmoves.com/gloves,
Ooh,
pick
there
up
it
the
is.
You Got Moves whites, get on the gang shit, as they say.
They look pretty fresh.
They
I like-
they look good, they feel good, they fit a
showing
little
you
better
my
than
battery
Amazings do. They got that good stuff, so go ahead and grab those, and
You know what?
we can go ahead and get back to it.
They feel like really free flowing. That's one thing I like about them.
Yeah,
And they come with the Vortex gloves.
and they will be coming
Yeah.
with the Vortex gloves. That's correct. We do have a deal, a dealio.
I'm glad. It's so cool to be able to work together on that.
I agree, my guy. I very much agree. I appreciate your time and efforts on this, and I appreciate you reaching out to me to help out with it as well.
Hell yeah.
So, all that good stuff. This is still the hyperstrobe one, and this is the. Why am I putting this on?
You get the hyperstrobe one, or is it?
My sequence is bonk. My sequence is bonk. Why did I unplug? I'm unplugged.
Oh no. Has anyone else double checked the timing?
I'm trying.
I'm
to.
trying
I'm
to
trying to,
find
but I'm unplugged.
Damn.
Okay. These things take time.
All right.
Almost have
I'm
one
plugged back
girlfriend.
in. We're good.
Oh, good.
Crisis averted. That's the winner. That's the winner right there. Guys, if you disagree with me, we're gonna have words. I'll fight you about it.
Just says thumbs up. Thumbs up on pulse mode.
This is
Pulse is up.
this is what are we calling this? Doppish pulse or
I mean, pulse was just a variation on the word warp.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's it. Yeah, it's just a variation on the word warp. It is technically it's a hybrid sequence mode. It's so it's a hybrid mode because it has two separate patterns running in two different locations.
so would you call it maybe stutter warp?
Maybe. Sure.
Or
we could do like there's no, like I said, there's two different ways to go about it. We can either go real technical, where the mode would be named DOPS, Ultra DOPS Warp, or some variation of that, but that can be confusing and boring sometimes. And sometimes you just give it a fun name that inspires you, like Shudder or Shimmer or Reflex or Pulse, whatever.
Wait a second, guys. Old Dave says when I was young, we had to chew our updates onto the masked ROM chips with our teeth. That is the most boomer thing I've heard. Oh my.
Chew them. Wow.
God damn.
Way back in my day, we had to walk uphill both ways in the snow barefoot.
Back
I
in
don't
my
know.
day, the
Oh,
programs
Dave,
were
I
made
love
out
you.
of punch cards.
Hey,
I would love to
the
see
thing
that
is he's
process.
probably not even like making that up. Like, there's probably a real thing he had to do, but like it sounds so ridiculous.
It sounds just real, just extreme enough to work.
I need to find my data transfer cable. I left my long one at my friend's house.
I hate when I forget cables or lose them places.
Yo, I have like 4 of them right here, and they're all power.
F in the
Oh,
chat for
God.
all of the
That's
different.
gonna be a huge thing. People are gonna be like, "I plugged it in and it's not working. I tried so many things."
You need a data
Like, how many
cable, not a power cable.
USB cables do you have?
Yup.
All right, Josh, I like this. All
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
thank you.
Sarah
Thank you.
gives 2 gloves up,
All right, so we're
or maybe 1.
two out of 4 yeses. So what do the other 2 say?
You haven't sold me yet.
Oh, Materia wants more.
You haven't
I'm
sold me. Give me a
still-
little bit more. Give me
I'm
a
gonna
little bit
keep
more
the
time.
original version.
Give you more time or give you more space? Like, what are you
Give me more
looking for?
time. Give me
Which
more time.
which of the dimensions are you looking for here?
He's chewing on it. He's chewing on
I'm
it.
chewing it, man. Let me swallow.
All right. Don't choke.
How's the taste, man? How's the taste? How's the taste?
If you chew too long, you're gonna ruin the experience. All right.
Taste at that point. He's already dead.
Exactly. You can't go any lower. He's already low. I can't pull over any farther. He's already pulled over. That's the quote. That's from Super Troopers.
Yeah, he ate the whole bag of drugs in the back. Oh my god.
What a classic.
Forgot that movie.
What a classic movie. Might have to go home and watch Super Troopers.
All right, I'm sold. I was sold 5 minutes ago. I was just fucking around.
Okay. There you go,
That's what we're
bud.
here for.
Very cool. Listen, trying to make it about you. Listen, it's not about you. It's alright. Alright, so the answer is we have our mode, but we don't have our name for it yet.
Yeah, we can come up with a fun
Call
name.
it Pulse-ish.
Pulse-ish.
Oh, that's not.
Or-
that's not
or-
bad. It's
or
kind of a
warpish.
hybrid thing.
Warpish.
Warpish?
Warpish or pulse-ish. But
Warpish?
pulse-ish, it is a warp mode. Do you have another one called Pulse?
No, that was the one. That was like I think before I standardized the terminology for a warp.
Okay.
I was coming up with random names that kind of work. But yeah, we can definitely call it pulse-ish, or
I'm here
was it-
for-
was it warp-ish?
I'm here for
Snap
Pulse-ish.
says name it Step Pulse.
Step Pulse? Oh no, Step Pulse, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Step Pulse?
Step pulse. That's funny. I didn't get it at first, but I get that.
I need a bonker.
Someone bonk.
I need
Someone
bonk
bonk snaps.
Have this here tripod.
Oh,
Bonk.
Bonk.
Where's my lightsaber when I need it?
Yeah, seriously. Saber bonks.
that's funny. So pulse-ish. or we could call it pulse dops or pulse dopish.
I think pulsish is the winner.
Pulsish. That's fine. That's weird, really weird spelling.
Pulsish.
Pulsash, I think, is the way you might spell that.
Yeah, pulsish.
With
Pulse.
no E.
Pulsish.
Pulsisa. Yeah.
We have Pulsish, and it has now been Aoki Day approved. That's the process of tuning.
He's calling us cowards for not naming it Step Pulse. Listen. Not everything has to be horny, Dustin. Okay, calm down.
Nothing to stop him from going in and renaming it in the code.
Go take a cold shower, Mister.
Yeah. So there's about 7 more of those. Some of them are more complicated than others. There's probably 3 more that are pretty straightforward. I would call this one like intermediate.
Can we do the Ditto mod mode?
Do you guys want it? Can we do that?
Yes.
Can we do it? That's kind of yeah. At least between the people here, we've been
Everyone's been begging for since the beginning. So since hour 1, everyone's like, "Can we work on?" I'm like, "Yeah, at the end," and they're like,
yeah, it's very simple. There's a lot of cooler shit. It's like no.
No. That is
Okay,
the whole thing.
I will send an update with us toggled onto that mode that we're talking about now, which is known as working title is clusters or flowers, because flowers was the guy who was the video we were referencing when we were designing it, sort of. Let's see.
Snaps, you heard me correctly. There will be a Ditto mod mode.
Ditto mod. Is that
a
the same as the rabbit mod?
programmable Ditto. That is it?
Yeah, it's the rabbit one.
Rabbit mod. My bad.
That's on there, but that one's another one where we could do that right now. It's a hybrid pattern with 3 separate patterns going on 3 different areas, and each one needs the timings adjusted. There's no motion. It's just a hybrid, just straight hybrid.
Wait,
with
who
no
needs
swing.
the timelessly adjusted?
Basically, it's like it's 3 separate traditional
I
patterns.
just put the tripod down, Josh.
I'm sorry. I knew.
Do I need another object? Do
I
need
knew
to
what I
pick
was doing.
something else
I
up?
knew what I was doing, and I did it anyways.
You dirty dog.
Let me just.
That bonkin.
Get to
Just
bonkin.
Bonk.
Bonkin.
All right. Horny has concluded.
Okay. There we go. I sent flowers cluster update. All it's doing is toggling your first slot to an RGB on the mode in question. So we have a starting point with which we're all referencing the same material.
I still have to find the cable. I swear I got like a whole box of cables. None of them are good.
That was me last time. I was like, I just went through like 20 of them. Only one of them works, and it's like this long.
I
That's
took
why I keep
like
getting my armpit every time I plug in.
there's a iMac at work, so I just took my USB cable and I had it plugged in towards the end of the mode session yesterday, and I left the cable at work.
Tragic.
Oh no.
Tragic.
F in the
Okay,
chat for JJ's cable.
My gloves work though.
Oh no.
For this particular pattern, it hasn't been standardized to any mode timing. It's just some random numbers we threw in there. One's kind of like a hyperstrobe, and one's kind of like a dot.
I just gotta say, I had broken wires, and I gloved without a pinky like a real man. Josh.
What?
Damn.
What I do? What I do?
You had a
You
wire
said you
out,
have
and you were
no
like,
balls.
no, I'm not gonna use them.
Oh,
because
I
you
was
didn't have a single wire
using it with one wire out. It was the other. It was the third and the fourth wire that was the problem.
Okay. All right. I thought that you were dead ass just not gloving with them because you just had a pinky out.
No,
I'm like,
I used the pinky out with them at
Okay.
invitationals a little bit, but yeah,
okay.
no. It was there was another wire that started to go out, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
That was the wires you had were from the very original prototype set, and we have the version, we had like a intermittent version 1.5, and version 2 is on the way, and that'll be the release version. Hopefully that'll extend the durability of the wires, and I don't know how long though, but my goal is to get them to like at least 2 months. But right now they're at a solid 1, I would guess, based on feedback.
So what are we on now? Pulse fix, pattern list fixed.
It's now flowers cluster mode. What did I name it?
Ooh, that's
Flowers clusters.
It's
cluster.
in. Okay.
In the Jestable stream chat.
Here we go.
I found it.
Yeah. Good. This one we probably would just need to pick 2. This is basically a hybrid pattern. It is a hybrid pattern actually. And so we just need to pick which 2 patterns we're hybridizing, or we can make another mode later with the 3rd pattern. Right now it's not really standardized to anything. It's just got variations on standard patterns.
I keep trying to turn it on when it's already on and it's not working.
Oh, is the thumb plugged in, or is the?
No, I keep trying to turn on connect it to the computer while it's turned on, and it does not like that option.
Interesting.
Ooh, this one, yes, I love this
that's it.
one a lot.
All we have to do is adjust the timings on the 2 composite patterns. Oh, we can call them hybrid patterns or composite patterns. Hybrid probably sounds easier.
Hybrid sounds better.
Yeah.
Strobe on the fingers and hyperstrobe on the thumbs, and that's pretty much it right there. Because right now I think it's on Dopsy, huh?
Genuinely, I am a fan of this, dude.
Right now it's got
I heard a bitch talking about hyperstrobe. What are we doing?
Like a long strobe with a hyperstrobe off gap duration on the thumb and pinky, and it's got basically a DOPS on the rest of the fingers, but we can adjust them to be exactly hyperstrobe and exactly DOPS.
I do not want hyperstrobe. I will stand on this hill on every fucking mode that we go through, but
I do not want green eggs and ham.
I do not like them, Sam. I am. My vote is for. Actually, that's not bad. That's not a hyperstrobe though.
It's it's a strobe with a hyperstrobe gap, which is a weird.
I think we just need to adjust the finger to strobe pattern.
Strobe, traditional strobe.
Yeah, definitely make the fingers traditional strobe, and then make the thumbs like.
Well, the fingers should be traditional strobe, not the thumb and pinky.
The thumb.
Yeah, the finger.
Thumb and pinky. Okay. Thumb and pinky should be either strobe-y. Okay. So strobe on the middle 3 fingers, and then strobe on the pinky and the thumb, or blinky.
Strobe or blinky? Anyone have a second? Did anyone have a preference?
Strobe.
Strobe?
I'm gonna go with blinky on that.
Blinky. Uh-oh.
I would honestly keep it on hyperstrobe because that's like one of the most popular.
My vote is out because I like this stack.
Yeah, because like look at how it looks. Like with the hyperstrobe thumbs, you can do a lot. And these are like a lot of glovers love this. They love the fucking.
Well, but
this is like the color.
Just wait till you see. Just wait till you see it with blinky. Or strobe.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see it with strobe, because I think I think it's gonna look as good, but just a little bit better.
Strobe is. Wait, didn't we do this? Yeah, strobe is a really spaced out. It's a DOP, but with really long spaces, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what we have. I currently have 3 millisecond on with 22 milliseconds off for strobe, and I believe we got that from the documents surrounding Vector. that original open source app.
Nice.
Kurt recommended him, and it was
That's
really,
right. You
really
guys got a lot of information from the old OSM stuff, huh?
Okay, so I'll put a blinky on there. 2 and 23. Is that what it
But
says?
wait, what is the
3 and 22.
what is the
Blinky, thumb, and yeah, thumb and pinky. Is that
yeah, thumb and pinky. But what is the tops doing? So the tips and tops are all the same, right?
yes? The tips and tops are matching on each set.
You should make this one with
A third pattern.
the third pattern on just the middle 3 tops. So there's like a ditto or like a rabbit.
We can do that. What I was planning on doing is, since that's like kind of a more of an entirely new pattern, like where this could be its own pattern and that could be a separate one.
Sure.
I was planning on having a specific meeting just for generating new modes, because
Okay.
there's obviously going to be a lot of
Sure.
desire for various things just like that, and there's infinite executions. So
Makes sense to me.
but that goes right in line with the pattern list. So we can add them all to the later lists, or we can have a hybrid list where it's all hybrid modes. I'm gonna upload this one. Let's see, it's loading right now. I should probably remove this line.
Snaps, to answer your question, I am running a Yeti Nano, the little one. I did have a big Yeti, and it sounded the exact same. I just love this tiny little form factor.
So I should get a better mic.
Also, I love being right next to you. Hello there.
So I should probably get a Yeti.
Yeah, I would recommend.
Yeah, can you drop that link, please? One.
I need a mic, so might as well.
You know what's really interesting? I'm starting to realize that, what was it, Strobe is that spaced out DOPS? Yes, Strobe is what DOPS looks like on an orbit.
Yes. Yes.
It's very interesting.
That's because y'all have so much more fucking speed in your moves.
Yeah,
I finally
exactly.
got a cable.
I
That's why-
never realized
that's why-
there was like an analog.
Yeah, that's why y'all like those stretchier, those longer, those ribbonier modes more, is because of that speed.
Hi, Snaps.
Remember when I got the alpha set and he was like, "What do you think of the flashing patterns?" And I was like, "Half of this is a tracer."
Half of this is tracer, yeah.
And when he did it with JayJay was like, "DOPS on everything." And when he did it with me, I was like, "Strobe on."
When he did it with me, I was just like, literally, here's the golden ratio, 1-3, and then we made hyperdops, and then it was from there. It was game over.
Wait, so this is the new one, or?
I just sent the new one right now, but I sent it to the wrong chat. I didn't realize there was a Vortex mode files chat. I could switch back to the stream.
We can just grab it from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
just put it in
Vortex
Vortex
mode.
mode chat. That's fine, because then
That's what it's
people can know where to get them.
Perfect.
Well.
Crap.
Oh, okay, goodbye.
Oh, look who's in here.
What do we have here? Okay.
Okay.
And
Good-
he's gone.
Bye. All right. And oh, here he is.
It's a dance.
Is he?
What?
Is
Is he gonna?
Do we have?
Is he gonna?
Do we have a? Do we have a special
Ah,
guest?
he's gone. You spooked him. You spooked him, Jess. Come on.
Oh,
Like a cat.
JayJay, come on. Shh.
Don't spook him, guys.
Come on.
Ah! Look at him! Oh, we got a guy. Welcome to the stream. Did you know that we're streaming right now?
Peace out.
No, we definitely spooked him. He's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. No, come back. We wanted you here. We wanted you here.
Surprise guest.
That's funny.
Surprise guest from the one and only PM Rhapsode. The favorite of many Glovers, including myself. All right. Anyways, did I get that thing downloaded? I did get that thing downloaded. So now let's get this
What?
plugged in.
Do you guys think it's an improvement or?
I
So this
gotta
is
plug
blinking?
my stuff in.
I believe that's what we had for Blinky, unless there's an error or a bug.
Oh, it's because it's a 2-color, huh?
Yeah.
It's
Is
a
it?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think you should switch it so that there's one color on the thumb and the pinky, and then 2 colors in the center.
Yes.
I think the way it's
I like.
divided right now is the first 2 color slots are on thumb and pinky, and the remaining color slots go to the center.
Okay. Okay. Well.
So you can either double the same color if you want just a single color, or you can put it blank if you want to introduce more gap.
Sure.
But that doesn't have to be how it works. That's just how we have it set up.
Right. Well, that
It's a little tricky.
effectively does what I wanted to do then. So that's fine.
For sure. Yeah. All you have to do is program red, then green, blue, and you would have moved the green onto the fingers. And made it a 1 color red, or 1 strobe red, 1 color. Thing.
Flower, stroby, right?
Yeah, stroby. I'm looking, and it looks like the timing should be correct.
This is the
I
one.
don't see any errors.
This is the one.
I don't know. I'm using it right now, and I think I liked it better with the hyperstrobe, but I do like the strobe pattern on the
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Looking at it, it actually might be better with the dops in the center instead of the strobe.
Switching them?
But that's my opinion right there.
Flowers Stroby is the file name, right?
That is
Yeah.
it.
Okay, I'm on the
Maybe,
wrong one. Hold on a
maybe
second.
we should make it dopish on the fingers.
Yes.
You would,
Yes.
JayJay.
The answer is yes to that. Anytime you want to throw in dopish instead of whatever's happening, I'm on
Okay.
board.
like I see it. Like it's kind of like, I don't know. It's yeah.
Snap says still waiting for someone to show me brown on the vortexes, and he's gonna make me go into this rabbit hole again. Listen, sir, if I have to rant about the fact that brown is not an actual color and it's just dark orange, I'm going to get mad at you. Okay?
Yeah, I did it on the Spectras, and it's just dark orange.
It's literally just
Yeah.
dark orange, bro. Or
It's dark
brown
orange.
does not
It will
exist.
It will come across as brown as what you're wanting it to do, but it's super dark orange. That's all it is.
The reason it becomes so confounding to see brown in a light is simply because
Brown
is
light
a
doesn't
darker
exist.
color. It's
Right.
like how the same reason you can't have a black colored LED.
Right. Brown is just one of those colors that doesn't exist in light. It exists in the
Look what you
reflective
did.
in the
You
reflective
sent them
of light.
down the rabbit hole. Look what you did.
No, you're trying
want to
to
see dark
argue additive color theory versus subtractive color theory. and
Exactly.
light does not work that way.
Exactly. That's exactly the point I'm making without using the technical terms.
You can only simulate brown.
yeah. I'm gonna say
Brown
make
is not
these
possible.
dopish and
Black is not
make the
possible.
thumbs and
There
pinkies
is no
hyperstrobe
more
again.
IPC.
I'm gonna
There
fight.
is no-
I'm going to fight you over the hyperstrobe thing. I will straight up.
we will fight that one. 'cause
All right, listen.
Should we do the dog?
Do the dopish on the middle fingers for sure, but there's got to be something better than hyperstrobe because I don't. Okay, maybe. Nah,
I like. You just don't get the same effect when you do like with the blinky. When you do the fingers on the inside, you don't get the same like light up effect like you would with the hyperstrobe.
It's a soft
I don't
idol
think so.
versus an
Is there
aggressive
okay?
idol.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can understand what the aggressive like flash that you're going for. Is there a way to do that without the fucking streak of goddamn color across the screen? Because that's what I don't want. The form factor or the effect of hyperstrobe without the actual.
Yeah.
Without the actual. Here's what you should do. Have the thumbs and the pinkies be flickering back and forth like that one mode. Like that one original default. That the white default that has the strobe and the dops flickering back and forth.
Yeah.
shifting
Oh,
back and
yeah.
forth, because that has that hyper effect without being a fucking hyper strobe.
Another idea that would be a little faster to integrate. What if we did a strobe length dot, so it removes that giant streak you're worried about, but with a hyper strobe length gap, so it's an infrequent strobe. So it gives
That'd
that.
probably be cool.
Run it. Let's see what it looks like.
Okay. Let's give it a try.
That one mode. Listen, he knew what I was talking about, okay? That one default white strobe, that white
know what you're
flicking
talking
back and
about.
forth.
That-
He knew exactly
That
what I
is
was
a
talking about,
hybrid
Snaps.
sequence mode. What it's doing is it's taking two patterns, flicking one on the fingertips, one on the finger top,
Right,
and
right.
then and switching their positions every half second.
Right, exactly. You knew it. You knew it exactly what I was talking about. Snaps
Yeah.
in the chat over here, like saying like you didn't, acting like you didn't know what I was talking about. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
It's okay. That's one of the most complicated styles of mode that there can be, of
Right.
both hybrid and sequence.
This looks like orange, but that's dark orange. What the hell? Kind of looks brown. God damn it.
It's
I like-
warm
On
I
brown.
my
like-
end, it looks brown in person. It really does.
It just
but
looks orange to me.
It's just there you go. There you go.
It looks like Dookie.
Yes.
That is brown.
That is what.
Look at
Yes.
what in the hamburger tent?
Okay, this one, the new file I'm sending in the Vortex mode files. It's called Flower Strobe Hype.
Flower strobe hype.
Yeah, it's not hyper, but it's hype.
Hype.
I don't know, I'm keeping this fucking the previous.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, so it's a strobe length dot, but with a hyper strobe length gap. So it is somewhat of a mixture between the effects. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Listen, Evan, I do not need you
I'm
ruining
sorry.
another one of these songs for me, okay?
Listen, I do it to songs that I enjoy too. I can't help it.
I can't listen to that one song without fucking shibbly boobly. Shibbly boobly does not leave my brain now.
Everything
Yeah,
is sky.
I like that.
Try hard enough.
I like it. But I think we should still go with Doppish on the fingers.
Okay, the fingers right now
I'll show us side
are...
by side right now of the previous update and this one.
I think the fingers right now are Doppish on this
Really?
new update. Yeah,
Ooh,
I believe that's the timing
I
on
like
Doppish.
this.
I'll give
I'll
you
tell
a
you
side by
wrong.
side.
No, it looks like Strobe on my side over here. Maybe, I don't know. Might be Doppish.
Yeah, it was. Unless I wrote down the wrong timings for Doppish, I can't honestly remember which mode was the first one that got Doppish, because I wrote down Doppish, but I didn't write down what Doppish was.
This is so very difficult to do while you're wearing the gloves. Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
These are very slightly different. It's not that big of a difference to me, personally.
Strobe
I
hype,
wonder-
right?
Which one was the first one to get Doppish? It would have been... Maybe Blend was Doppish?
No, this is right. That's not strobe.
Yeah, it shouldn't be strobe for sure. It's a little shorter than a strobe. Just 2 milliseconds out of 5. It's 3
Oh,
instead
that's
of 5.
why. Okay.
It's very close to a strobe, but I think a DOP is normally 3 milliseconds as well. It's just kind of a DOP with tiny gaps.
There it is. This hand is the very newest update. This one is the previous one.
I think
Yeah,
I
the
got
other one
another
was
wire
strobe.
starting to go, but that's okay because he sent me extra.
Okay. Well, the new ones
Oh,
got
yeah.
a newer. Oh, they might actually be the original version as well.
I glued them for him and everything.
Okay,
So
well,
it has the updated mod or whatever.
yeah, they basically got the strengthening mod.
Hmm.
No, blend was on a proper DOPS, 2 milliseconds on, 13 off, which is something we pulled directly from the vector documents. Where is it? Yeah, go back.
So essentially, what my burner set is always on right now is what we're building. Just so we're aware.
I see. We're making a specific mode you're trying to recreate.
I mean, it's just strobe with strobe on the thumbs and the pinkies. So
Mm.
It looks pretty sick. I think I just gotta color program it because the red and green thumbs are wild.
Yeah. You like the thumbs blink? This new made up strobe, hyper strobe.
I do like it.
I do
Okay.
too.
It looks yeah. Look at that
And
effect. It's wild.
Are the strobe lengths short enough to be comfortable for you?
I think they look good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, that seems like a good place to leave the thumbs on that. And then the real question is, are the fingers good?
Again, I think it's the right gap. I think it looks good.
Good. Excellent. I can't find that document that gave us the exact lengths of the modes. Oh, pattern theory. Here it is. Yeah, they have listed it as 2 and 13, which we all agreed was consistent with how the vortex performs.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have another conversation about what you concluded with pattern theory, because pattern theory needs to get added to the book. No question.
This pattern theory is a document that was written by, I'm assuming, the person behind Vector, because it's on the Vector. It's part of the Vector GitHub.
Word.
It's like yeah, it's really cool. It's it looks like they took a lot of time to really compare all the different patterns and timings, and they have really great diagrams. And then whatever hardware they were using is consistent with the speed at which my hardware operates.
Nice.
Enough to make that their milliseconds are equal enough to my milliseconds.
That makes sense.
Sometimes there's a discrepancy with different hardware.
All right. Well, I just fixed another wire. No big deal. And by
Good.
fixed, I mean replaced.
Oh, good.
Oh, whoa.
Glad you had replacements. I'll definitely make sure to stock plenty of extra wires to people. Can
Yeah,
have spare
I'm
space.
just gonna need a refresh because I think more wires are gonna start going soon too.
They will probably
Yeah,
go.
probably all your old wires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That makes sense. So the newest wires will have these epoxy joints, so they should not clothesline themselves against the plastic, which means less likely to cut or sever them, which has only happened a couple times, but that'll be good. And they also have like heat shrink sections throughout the length of them, not big ones, but little tiny ones that prevent it from unwinding as quickly or as dramatically. So the wires should hold together really firmly, but maintain all the flexibility.
Nice.
Yeah, and all of that should lend to longer lasting wires. Another option, though, is using a thicker gauge wire, because those will inherently be more durable. But however, that's a trade for comfort. They might be more noticeable. They might
Right.
not.
Well,
Mhm.
I definitely have a wire issue going on again, so I'm gonna worry about this after the stream, considering we are within the 10-minute warning here. So it's about time to do our giveaways, anyways.
Sure.
So
Lock this pattern in as that crazy strobe hyperstrobe hybrid and the and what is it? It's DOPS? No, it's DOPish for the fingers.
right,
And we'll call it good on that one.
awesome.
Flowers mode officially tuned. We should probably get Flowers' opinion on it since he's part of the test group.
True, true. Definitely send it to him and get his final okay. considering it's technically named after him.
Yeah. And
All
that-
right.
that's- yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that doesn't have to be the final name, but if he doesn't mind and everyone approves, then that's cool with me.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So at this point, we want to give away. We're giving away a PM tapestry. Is that right?
Yup.
All right. So if you would like to win the PM tapestry, since we have 18 viewers, we're gonna do Price is Right rule. 1 to 100. Pick a number 1 to 100. Closest one without going over wins the tapestry, and you'll have to hit up JayJay. So go ahead, spam your number between 1 and 100, and I'm gonna get this random number generator running.
Let's go.
Any other plugs while we're waiting?
Yeah, if you have anything you guys want to plug, obviously go to storeorbits.com, check out all of his stuff because he has working products, actual great stuff over there. Not just the Vortex glove set, but the Vortex Poi. What else you got over there?
I got the Vortex Orbit and Vortex, or they're called Omega handles.
And the
And
Omega
it's all
handles.
part of the setup.
All right, so...
Like,
And then we got, of course, the tapestry that we're giving away is a part of the PM merch and T-shirt and tapestry combo that
Yep.
JayJay released, produced, all that good stuff. So once again, go ahead, drop that link.
I just did in the chat.
Perfect.
It's also got a $5 off code.
So use code DARKSIDE. Of course, as always, during the stream, I will send extra goodies to anyone who buys gloves. So you got moves.com/gloves. If you buy during the stream, I will see it and I will hook you up with some extra goodies beyond what you purchased. Materia, you got anything you want to say?
Tech Games this Sunday. We're in top 8.
Top 8.
Materia Lights, youtube.com/Materia Lights. Top 8. I'll probably, since it's going to be a shorter stream because we're in the shorter amount of people now, I'll probably do a little bit of gloving with the Vortex a little more.
Okay.
That'll be youtube.com/Materia Lights. This week we'll also be announcing, I'll drop the link for the handmade Materia Light Shows embroidered hoodies. So yeah.
Handmade hoodies. That's
Handmade,
right,
baby.
Make sure that you have smashed that like button. If you have not already smashed the like button, go ahead and share the stream. Even though that we're almost done with the stream, you can still share it and get that link out there because every view counts. Every bit of watch time counts. Every minute of watch time counts for me because we recently passed the 2,000 hour of public watch time mark in the last 40 months, which is halfway to the goal of what we need in order to get monetized on this channel. So it would be really, really cool if we could get monetized on this channel for reasons. And then from there, you know, obviously we could just go onward and upward and keep growing and making the stream bigger and making gloving cooler and all that good stuff. So
yeah.
that would be
Support the
great.
channel.
Support the cause, gang shit. So we've got a bunch of numbers. Looks like a lot of people are trying to win that tapestry, which is a big deal. I'm gonna
It's
give you
huge.
guys another 2.5 minutes here to drop your number in chat if you haven't already. I'm not gonna count all the people and how many numbers are in there because it looks like y'all are already on top of it. So make sure that you have dropped your number. And also make sure that you drink some water because we have been sitting here for a little about over almost 2 hours here talking and goofing and wiggling, and if you have not been drinking water, you need to do that. So, got a couple
Water.
of wigglers in chat.
Thanks for helping tune to those modes. That was great, guys.
Yeah, we only got 2 updated, but that's the process that you have to go through is show, tell, and it's fun. You know, it's fun, but it's definitely tedious, and there's definitely a lot of clicky going on in the process. So, that means
So
you
we
only
only
got like six more modes left, right?
6 more left, yeah. And then once that's done, like tuning the new modes as we add them is a little easier. It takes longer to add new mode, but there's less tuning involved. And then, yeah, once it's done, it's done. It doesn't really have to be done a second time unless you want to redo it, and that as a personal thing.
Right. Of course. And of course, all of these things can be edited. If you know how to edit them, you can just do it yourself. So.
Yep. And I'll teach that.
And he'll teach that. He'll teach that, which is cool. He'll basically hop in a Discord call with you and show you how to do stuff, which is pretty crazy to me. All right, before we get into this giveaway here, last opportunity, I want to plug code Jest at Amazing Lights, code Jest at iHeartRaves, code Jest at Into the Ahem, code Jest at Starborn Universe, shopstarborn.com. YouGotMoves.com/handbook. YouGotMoves.com/gloves. What's the PM link? PM link for stuff.
It's in the chat.
PM link is in the chat. I should really just pin that is what I should do. Where is it? Is it in the right chat? I don't see it in the chat.
Oh, I put it in your chat.
Oh, in the Discord chat? That's the wrong...
Stream chat.
Oh, I don't see it in the stream chat. I don't see it anywhere in the stream chat.
Oh, weird.
Do it again. Or send it to me and I'll do it.
Oh,
The Kingdom Vortex was sick.
I'll drop it in the Vortex mode files.
Okay.
There it is.
Copy link. Copy link. Drop in link. Boom. And now we're going to go ahead and pin that message. Alright, so now it's pinned. Go ahead and get some of that PM gear. And alright, should we get this giveaway going?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Lay do.
My hands are tied.
Lay
I gotta
do.
stop.
Okay. So I'm going to put between 1 and 100. Now I'm going to spam generate while I count down from 5. I'm going to spam generate while I count down from 5. So it's going to start rolling. And then once I get to 0, I'm going to release. And whatever number it lands on, that is the winner. Closest without going over, though. Closest without going over. Just like Price is Right rules. So here we go. We're going to get this going. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 33 is the winner. 33. Closest without going over is... We have a 23 maybe? No? 25?
There's a 28.
28. Riley Thompson with the 28. Riley Thompson with the 28. You are the winner of the PM Tapestry. The Wook Reaper Tapestry. So,
Nice.
go ahead and DM our boy JayJay here. If you don't have JayJay's DM, maybe we can figure out something. I don't know. Email me, or we'll figure it out. We'll get you your stuff. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to all of my guests for being here. I appreciate all of your guys' time, all of your guys' energy, all of your guys' fingers.
Nice.
I really appreciate your fingers. Shane, I really appreciate
yours.
I appreciate your brain. I appreciate the work that you're putting into this. There's a whole lot of need for this right now, and you're doing the Lord's work. So we appreciate you for sure.
Thank you. No problem. I'm happy to interact with a community that's so excited. It's so nice. It's refreshing.
Riley Thompson says, I'm in Glover's Lounge. Can I get a full name? It's literally JayJay, spelled JayJay.
Yep.
So
I'll add you.
So yeah, that's how you can get a hold of him. Heck yeah, guys. So you know the drill. Same time next week. My Jestys, besties, my Jesticles, my Jestival fam, the Jest audience that there is.
Snap says thanks for coming to Materia.
Thanks for listen, he's not entirely wrong, all right? But actually do go to Materia's stream on Sunday, right? Sunday again?
Tech Games, top 8.
Tech Games
8
top 8 on
PM.
Sunday. I might also stream Pokemon Legends Arceus this weekend. I've been meaning to do that. I finally have an excuse to do that. I finally have figured out all of the problems with my stream, and I have finally gotten ahead of my content schedule, so I don't have an excuse to, not rest for once in my life. So I might actually play that video game. That'll be fun.
Nice.
So, anyways, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for being here, and remember, it is always better to be weird than boring.
Nice.
See you next time, guys.
Jazz hands.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.